Hi, my name is Karen, for those of you who don't know me. I did a short yoga practice over Christmas and lots of you downloaded it, so that has encouraged me to do another. Today, I wanted to do a 20-minute practice focusing on the neck and the shoulders. When we spend a lot of time sitting, we tend to allow our posture to roll forward, our shoulders roll forward, and our chin pokes out. So I thought with today's practice, we could counteract some of that, moving the upper spine, rotating the shoulders, getting some movement back into the muscles at the back of the neck. So if you would like to join me on the mat, I recommend a block if you have one. Actually, I don't know if you will need a block today. So come to a comfortable seated position. You will definitely need a block or a rolled up cushion if when you are sitting, you know that you are rounding like this, because what we need to find is space. Our sit bones need to root down. Our rib cage needs to be lifting off our pelvis, and you have to imagine you've got that wire that's pulling the back of your head up. Your chin is very slightly tucked. So for me, it's more comfortable if I sit on a block. If you haven't a block, a cushion, a rolled up blanket or towel will do just as well. So we're going to start by taking some rolls of the shoulder. This will allow us to ground and center as we move through the rest of the practice. So inhaling to lift up, exhale to allow your shoulder blades to slide. Inhaling up, exhale down. 3 more. Inhale up, exhale down. And 2, and 1. And then we're going to come back the other way. But before we come back the other way, check in on your body. Root down through your sit, lift up through your upper body. Shoulder blades sliding gently down behind you. Chin very slightly tucked. Now we'll come back the opposite direction. So inhaling to lift up, bring your shoulders down the front. Inhale. Be generous and slow. For 3, you're welcome to shut your eyes if you prefer. 2, and for 1. Taking your hands to your knees, tilt your head to the right. Taking your right ear towards your right shoulder. Body stays in exactly the same position, still wanting that lift. Take your right hand and gently place it on your head. Make sure your eyes are facing forward and that your shoulders are still down and lifted. And then allow your head to sink to the right. 2 deep breaths in and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Release that hand down, your right hand to the mat, and lengthen your left hand down. So increasing that stretch very slightly. 2 more breaths. And now as you exhale, turn to face your eyes to face your knee on the right side. Feel the stretch down the side, the left side of your head. Gently bring your head down, chin tucking under, and then lift up forward. Reset your position. And take your head over to the left. Left hand to the left side of your head. We're not looking for a straining stretch. We're just looking for an easy movement. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Yoga is about stillness and breath. Lengthening those arms. Increasing the stretch very slightly down the right side. As you exhale, turn your head to face your knee. Tuck your chin, gently rolling round to the front. Inhale to look up. Interlace your fingers, and now I want you to round your spine, tucking your chin. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what I'm doing. Tucking your chin towards your chest, really elongating and stretching your arms forward. Inhale, turn your palms to face the ceiling and stretch up. Exhale, come back, rounding your shoulders. Inhaling to stretch up. Exhale, release your arms down. And now bring your left hand to your right knee. Take your right hand behind you. Make sure your body's still long and tall, and twist over to look over your right shoulder. You can turn your head as far as is comfortable so that you get a stretch down the side as well. Breath here and exhale. Inhale and exhale back to center. It's important not to rush these stretches, particularly if you've been very still all day. So right hand to right knee. Inhale to lengthen, turning over, looking behind you on the left side. Inhaling and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Come back to center. Remove any prop that you might have underneath you and come onto all fours. Maybe you want to give your hips a bit of a wiggle. Hands underneath your shoulders, palms are spread. Press down through the hand, the palm between your index finger and your thumb. If your neck is very sore, your shoulders are sore, you can experiment with twisting your hands so that your thumb faces forward and your elbows come forward. Here we're going to do some cat-cow. So inhaling to look forward. Exhale, tuck that tailbone, tuck the chin towards your chest. We'll do 5 of these, so do them in your own time. Inhaling and exhale to tuck your tailbone and lift. Inhale, imagine your shoulder blades are sliding down your spine, your collarbones opening. Exhale, 2 more. Inhale, you'll pull that sticky mat back towards your knees to open, and exhale, pushing up through the shoulders. Last one. And this time, tuck your toes, walk your hands a palm in front of you, and push up into downward facing dog. Give yourself lots of space for your down dog. Your feet can be slightly wider than hip width. Bending your knees, lifting your tailbone, rooting, pulling your thighs back towards the back of the room. Rotate the top of your arms away so there's more space around the back of the neck for your neck to be long and heavy. Your gaze is between your knees. Deep breath in, and as you exhale, tiptoe to the top of the mat. Bend the knees, interlace the hands, and hang. Keep your hips over your feet so the weight is rooting down through the mat, and your upper body is being pulled down by the weight of your head and your shoulders. Deep breath in here. Exhale, roll up in your own time. We'll meet at the top of the mat into Tadasana. So feet together or slightly apart. Lift up all your toes, lay them down. Really feel that connection with the earth below. Once again, feel that lengthening as you're lifting up, rooting down and rising up through your body. Bring your hands to prayer. Nice. Take a deep breath in. Look up towards the ceiling and exhale, bend the knees, folding forward. Inhaling, halfway lift, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back into plank. Pause a moment here, push through the arms and slowly lower yourself down onto the mat. Bring your elbows underneath your shoulders and pull the sticky mat. Imagine you're pulling the sticky mat back. And as you do so, gaze forward and feel the muscles of your back opening and your spine arching. Be really careful, be mindful not to hinge on one particular point. Exhale, hands by your ribs, tuck your toes, push back up into downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. 2. For 1, exhale, tiptoe to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward, and inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, fold forward. Let's build a bit of heat. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands to the mat, stepping back into plank, strong plank. Lower yourself down onto the mat. This time we're going to stretch out the front of our shoulder. So I want you to take your right arm out in cactus position or goal pose position. So your elbow is level with your shoulder, your palm is on the mat. Your left hand comes to your ribs and then roll your whole body towards the right until you feel a stretch down the front of your arm and across your chest. Breathing here for 2, for 3. We get very tight across the front. Exhale back to center. When we sit at our desks, take your left hand out into the same position. So left elbow level with left shoulder, left palm flat on the mat, right hand beside your floating ribs and rolling towards the left. So you're lifting your body up and rolling towards the left, keeping your left ear on the mat and using your right hand just to support. So feel that stretch on the inside of your shoulder. 1 more deep breath in here. Exhale back to center. Hands by your ribs. Tuck your toes and push back up into downward facing dog. Breathing for 2. And for 3, exhale, tiptoe to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Hands to prayer. Take your feet very slightly apart. Breath in. Exhale, sit back. Inhaling as you come into chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your right foot to the back of the mat. Pause in lunge and inhale. Use the breath to lift you up. Exhale, cactus, open your arms. Inhaling up. Exhale, frame your front foot. Take chaturanga of your choice. Inhaling, up dog or low cobra. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog. 2, 3. Inhale, step your right foot to the top of the mat. Come up into Crescent Lunge. Strong back leg, opening out the chest. Inhale up. Exhale, frame your front foot. Come step your back foot to the front. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come to chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to the mat. Step your right foot to the back of the mat, coming up onto the left side. Inhaling up. Exhale, opening your arms, lifting your chest. Inhale up. Exhale, open out into warrior 2. Bring your right arm over your left arm for eagle arms. Breathing into the shoulders. One more breath. Exhale, open out your arms. Cartwheel your hands to the mat. Step back into plank. Take your choice of chaturanga or go straight back into downward facing dog. Exhale, down dog for 2, for 3. Step your right foot between your hands. Inhale, come up into lunge. Exhale, open up the chest. Inhale to look up. Exhale, come to warrior 2 on the other side. I'm just going to change sides. Left arm over right arm for eagle arms. Inhaling up. Feel that stretch across the back of your shoulders. Opening out the arms, windmill down your hands. Step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, back into chair. Exhale, folding forward. Inhaling, halfway lift. Step your right foot to the back of your mat. Inhale, come up into crescent lunge. Exhale, open into warrior 2. This time, interlace your hands behind your back and lift your chest up to the front. Breath in here. Exhale, release your hands. Cartwheel your hands down onto the mat. Lower your knee, your back knee, and twist towards the left. You can gently push the inside of your left thigh to open, looking back over your left shoulder. Exhale. Step back into plank. Your choice of chaturanga. Inhaling up dog. Exhale, push back. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward. Come up into crescent lunge. Open out to warrior 2. Strong arms. Interlace the hands behind your back, lifting your chest, stretching your arms behind you. Keep your legs strong. Breathing here for 1, for 2. Feel that length. For 3, exhale, windmill your hands down onto the mat, lowering your left knee and twisting round towards the right, looking over your right shoulder. 2, for 3, stepping your foot back into downward facing dog. And then exhale, come down onto your knees and make your way to a seated position. I'm going to turn this way so you can see what I'm doing. Stretching out your right leg. Bring your left foot over your right leg. Take your right elbow around your left knee. Once again, lift up through the spine and imagine that you're rotating your ribs towards the side of the room. You'll feel a nice stretch through your hips. Looking over your shoulder and notice how your neck feels now compared to how it did at the start of the practice. Inhale, hook your left arm around and twist towards the back of the room. Back, swapping over your feet. So left foot, right foot over left leg this time. Left arm around your right knee and twist through towards the back, feeling that stretch around your right glute. Inhaling to lengthen, swapping the arms over and looking round towards the other side. And exhale. Bring yourself back and slowly make your way down onto the mat. Actually, don't do that. Before you come down onto the mat, find yourself a blanket or a rolled up towel, or you can possibly use these yoga blocks. So I'm going to pop the yoga blocks. They're sort of level with the bottom of your ribs. You want to position them in such a way that your shoulders can fall off the top and you can open your arms out in a goal pose position. Back of your head is on the mat and you can either lengthen out your legs and I want you to breathe here for 10 breaths. So your chin is definitely slightly tucked. Release any tension in your jaw. Back of your neck is nice and long. Breathe deeply in. Feel your belly rise. And then as you exhale, last deep breath in. Now bend your knees and roll either to the left or the right to come off your props. If you have time, make your way down onto the mat. Turn me off before you do that. Otherwise, we'll come to a comfortable seated position and close our practice. So take a deep breath in, look up to the sky and exhale down. And I hope your neck and your shoulders and your back are feeling less stiff and less tight. Thank you very much.